Well, hello, good people of YouTube, plugging yes205 over here, and this time I want to talk about Tier 8 German large destroyer, or how should I butcher this one perfectly? Now that I think about it, Großer Zerstörer, shall we say? Großer Zerstörer. I'm sorry. Was it Gustav Julius Maerker, or as a nickname, G.J. Maerker? I don't know how to pronounce the name in Germany, but apologies. Now about this ship I have to say, I'm gonna grill it so hard based on not just by personal experience, but also by small detail about player base win rate on this ship. Now, Maerker is a very interesting ship. She's supposed to be Gustav Julius Maerker, a Type 9037 destroyer, was designed as a ship with a large action range. These ships were meant to be able to defend or attack convoys in the Atlantic, as well as operate in tropical climates. The 9037G variation was used as the basis for the project. In April 1938, however, the design works were discontinued since combining the required combat power, range, speed and reliability in one hull turned out to be an impossible endeavor. And here in World of Warships we can see we have this very questionable abomination that the German engineers were planning to create. And now we as a player press here today, and with the Wargaming Infinite Wisdom, this ship is outright, in personal opinion, terrible. Now, let me build up for that moment. But let's dive in a little bit more about this ship. The armor is way different compared to the other destroyers. First off is a 19mm, but in middle is 25mm. It is supposed to defend against something, but the question is, what was it? It's an extra more armor over there. Now I have to give a credit to actually one thing this ship is good at, and that is very accurate 150mm main guns. Even the dispersion is 53 meters. In a game, well, this game doesn't tell you anything about Sigma, because, or was it Sigma? That indicates the more to the accuracy. But combining all this, this is a very accurate destroyer with a single mounts. Now they are 150 high accurate guns, yes, but they have closely to 6 seconds reload. But since you have 5 of them, you could actually do some really nice magical tricks. And let's just say you can pound enemy destroyers very nicely with the German HE, which is notoriously weak, some reasons not explained anyway by the wargame. But only by that even HE has a high penetration capabilities. something like a cousin to a sap. But this German HE can actually create fire. But then, with a high accuracy, you can actually pound enemy destroyers, which is very good based on by my personal experience. And based by the armor, of course. Let's go for a moment. Survivability with the commander build I have, preventing my engines to be destroyed. Excuse me, modules becoming incapacitated minus 30%. AMR survivability, I don't know why. Well, anyway, last stand, the ship remains partially sustained speed and maneuverability with engine and steering is incapacitated. This is important with a ship like this because German engines tends to break very easily based on my personal experience with this ship. Even a good amount of HE hits from a simple destroyer gun can put out your engine. So this is a important, but survivability expert with the extra HP, you can reach the interesting heights. 26,600 HP for destroyer is considered a big amount of HP for tier 8 destroyer. Now, her secondary armament is torpedoes. They have really nice range. 12 kilometers. That the other German destroyers are very jealous about, let me say. But there is a catch. Their own speed is only 50 knots. But their maximum damage, 16,500, is very nice. And detectability range is 1.2 kilometers. Very nice torpedoes, I will say. You can actually catch few unpredictable enemies off guard if you time your torpedoes launching perfectly. She gets depth charges, AA defense, doing something, shooting potatoes. Maneuverability, now this is something that Maerker actually suffers. She is so large and so big for a destroyer. She has 36 knots and turning circle radius, 760 meters, and that for a destroyer is terrible. Now rudder shift time, 4.4 seconds. Well, let's just say it's also very terrible by destroyer standard, because you want to be maneuverable. And if you are not, you can say your ship goodbye. Now, as for the, because she is so large, you can actually spot this ship from across the map for a destroyer standard. Detectability range by sea is 7 kilometers, but because I have Concealment System Modification 1, ship's detectability range minus 10% means, well, of course, dispersion of shells fired by enemies attacking your ship plus 5%, increases survivability slightly, but not enough. Let's just say 7 kilometers, you can still be outspotted by every destroyer in the same tier if the enemy destroyer doesn't have a proper commander build and destroyer build. So you can be outmaneuvered and outspotted. Is there anything good about this ship? Well, there's one thing I actually want to mention about is her unique torpedo arrangement by the German destroyer. Well, the unique ones go somewhere in a tier 3, but yeah. So, you get 4 quadruple in the middle, But then you have twins. Now that was oddly phrased, excuse me, my English. So yeah, you get 2 extra tubes each side of the ship. Now this is something I sometimes tend to struggle with. Oh, and by the way, the torpedo launching angles is also so bad that you must be careful and planning ahead. And because this maneuverability is also so bad, it's gonna take you a while to make them more useful in very tight situations, but let's just say, because thanks to their impressive range, 12 kilometers, you can actually do some very nice tricks with them. Random launchings and so on. Who knows? Perhaps even one random torpedo can hit something that you did not expect it to hit. But what is... if you actually combine all this information, it sounds like this is a very odd ship. Now here's something, let me check real quick the correct... Yep. And this picture right here, I'm gonna drop you right here, is a win rate ratio in Gustav Julius Maerker in tier 8 standard. And as you can see, she is very, very bottom of the list. Meaning, the player base struggles to play with this ship. And she is so bad, even by the paper, that you rarely see this ship anywhere in the game. Meaning, she doesn't exist. She can be very rare sight to see in random battles only. But because this is so bad, nobody wants to play this ship. Nobody. You can see a couple of, because of Elbing, they are seeking the Elbing line. But let me tell you one thing about the Elbing line. The Elbing line was supposed to be designed as the AP main gun destroyers in wargaming translation, a gunboat. Now gunboats are, let's just say, they have torpedoes, they have the same destroyer standard armaments, but their gameplay is completely focused on using their main guns. Torpedoes are the secondary. Now as for the Elbing line, it is so heavily focused on main guns, it completely destroyed its, shall we say, it was completely destroyed by design. That's why you rarely see something like this, or you don't actually see a ship like this at all. I have plenty of fights with this ship in random battles, and I am the only Maerker every match I play. Every match. From tier 8 to tier 7 to tier 10. I am the only Maerker in the match. Every match. This is so rare. And excuse me, let me fix that. This is so bad, it is rare to see it. What else is bad with this ship? Well, it's not just the armaments and the ships, technical capabilities and so forth, all that jack. Let's go with the equipment. Originally, she had damage control party and smoke generation. There was no such thing as an engine boost at all in this line. You relied only to smoke generator and damage control party and some flags, of course, and most the modifications over here and the ship upgrades. Yeah, these are the only things that keep the ship alive. Oh, by the way, she has depth charges, and because we have submarines in the game, this is the only destroyer, well, one of those destroyers, who doesn't have any countermeasures against submarines. So technically, this ship has no capabilities to do anything to submarines other than throwing depth charges to it and hoping it can actually hit something. And you rely to your teammates if there is anyone close by with a hydroacoustic surge or submarine search equipment or other submarines to locate the enemy submarines, then yeah, they can do something. But holy moly, these are terrible. Well, she is by far the most terrible destroyer I have ever played, and she is not fun to play. She is not fun to play in modern World of Warships. Same goes with the Jet 31. Jet 31 is a starting ship for this entire thing, and you firsthand experience the terrible gameplay this ship has, this entire line has. And once you go to the Maerker, it goes through the roof. The experience is so terrible that I highly recommend to have some nerve easing medicine, that you don't throw keyboards, mouses and screens to the walls, floors and the roofs, or out of the window. Now then, how about we go some gameplay experiences? What do you say? Well, see you on the match. Now, what a way to go. Alrighty then. Perhaps I should just try to cap B and then blow myself to Kingdom Come.
All forces, capture that area.
Before I was preparing myself mentally, I decided to take some warm drink and a little bit sandwich. And with that time spent, the war game, the matchmaking is like, I'm gonna give you the biggest bullshit you've ever seen. And something like you're very familiar with. Tier 10. They have radar, one, there's one, two. Where is this? Well, Hipper is not a big problem, at least. What I'm worried is Des Moines and Neptune. And since I do not have Hydro on my side, except the Blucher, this is gonna be a little bit more tricky to play with. Oh, and the shall we say the since Maerker and the LP Light doesn't have Hydro, I noticed that every battle I play, although this people say you have to play this thing carefully.
Stone the crows.
Yes, you can try to play carefully, but that's one of the options. I tend to be a little bit more aggressive if the situation is on my side. Because this ship is heavily relying on matchmaking to be on your side. And in this case, it seems it's not. So what I'm gonna try to do... Prokofny is... What was Prokofny? Oh, whoa! Oh yeah, it was the copy-paste German destroyer to the Soviet vodka bullshit. Okay. So I'm gonna go with the... I'm gonna go to the sea to support, since Shimakase is way too coward. I'm gonna use HE, because it is kicking way more punch against destroyers, and I will confirm that by personal experience.
All stations, protect that target.
There is Bozen. There's a Bozo. Now where are you going? Hold still, my friend. Now, what type of torpedoes did you have, Bozo? 13 kilometers, right. And you were tier 10! I'm gonna switch to HG. Right over here.
Maschinenboost deaktiviert.
I'm gonna send torpedo. Oh, wait. I don't know what happened, but this match was way more in our side. That was a good sign. Now, thankfully, I will say, the main reason I was successful in this one was enemies' incompetence. And thanks also my team's competence. They actually did some really good job. Leaning to my favor. Well, not my favor. Let's just say Maerker's favor. And I'm much on a cruising around. Where do you think you're going? My big friend, Lion and Georgia.
Unser Sieg ist in Sicht.
Now that was absolute bullshit.
Kritischer Maschinenschaden. Problem gelöst.
Now what do we have here? A fresh fry. And Neptune on their side.
Maschinenboost aktiviert.
Without the radar, I have no idea did they send the torpedoes or not, which is problematic.
Verbindlichsten Dank. Unser Sieg ist in Sicht. Torpedos voraus.
Conqueror.
Torpedos auf Backbord. Torpedos voraus.
Okay, that was close.
Gegnerischen Kreuzer gesichtet.
All right.
I need intelligence.
Oh, that was accurate. Okay. That was very lucky. Now we are in a loop, mix of tier 9 and 8. This is gonna be a very interesting team. We got 2 submarines, 1 each side. I have no access to defend myself or team against submarines thanks to Wargaming's balance and their plan philosophies and all that, so I am very useless against submarines. And I notice about this, although these guns are accurate, even by range, it is impossible to get proper citadels. Even to the Neptune. And there's a high level difference between us. She's a cruiser, very effective AP, and I'm just some kind of very wacky drunk abomination that can't do jack. If you are somewhere, let's just say 5 kilometers away, easy to hit enemy citadels. Now I wonder how this match is played out.
Gegnerische Streitkräfte entdeckt.
Oh, okay. I wonder where's the enemy destroyer. San Diego's over there.
Torpedos auf Backbord. Torpedos auf Steuerbord. Torpedos Achterhaus.
What?
Torpedos Achterhaus. Torpedos auf Steuerbord. Nebelwerfer gestartet.
The frick? Just which way is the enemy destroyer, I wonder.
Torpedos auf Steuerbord.
Is it in the middle?
Torpedos auf Steuerbord. Nebelwand gelegt. Maschinenboost aktiviert.
No, mid. Oh shit!
Höhlenbruch. Wasser dringt schnell ein. Torpedos auf Backbord. Problem gelöst. Torpedos auf Backbord.
Minagum is over there.
Torpedos direkt voraus.
Now that's interesting.
Alle Stationen. Feuer auf das Ziel konzentrieren. Gut ausgeführt. Gegnerischen Kreuzer gesichtet. Gegnerischen Zerstörer gesichtet.
Now where is this? Little troublemaker. I lost chunk full amount of HP because of him. Time to pay him a visit. That was a nice shot.
Maschinenboost deaktiviert.
Yep, he's over there. I perhaps forgot to mention that. Yeah, they did give Elbing a module that decreases your gun range, so you cannot be open water gunboat, which means you must fight in close combat. So that's what I'm trying to do, following that mental play or whatever. If they want Elbing to be played in close quarters, then fine. I guess Maerker has to play it the same way.
Сфокусировать огонь на вражеском корабле.
Maschinenboost aktiviert.
Внимание, передаю координаты цели.
There he is.
Torpedos direkt voraus. Torpedos auf Backbord. Kritischer Maschinenschaden. Problem gelöst.
That didn't do shit. There's a Littorio, there was a Hindenburg. There we go.
Commandante, vuurondersteuning verzocht.
Yeah. Now I don't have to stay here any longer. I will admit that Minakumo actually did play really well. Perhaps trying to get me somewhere close against Littorio, and I was going a long way over here. The enemy was way more effective on the sea. Yeah. We have a North, and every ship is a tier 8 ship. Based on the team, they have S1A9, they have Lightning, they have Kid, Ashashio. Destroyers that could actually go toe to toe with. But the problem is always, what type of team do I have? Are they willing to support me at all? Let's find out.
Good luck and fair seas.
Verbindlichsten Dank.
He was relying on that I was pushing alone. With the Littorio on his side, he could easily destroy me from the last fight. But why? Yeah, I was greedy. Yeah, that was the time I was greedy.
Nebelwerfer gestartet.
Ah, Asasio is over there, okay.
Maschinenboost aktiviert. Nebelwand gelegt.
One torpedo hit, okay, interesting. Was it Harpy?
Das ist ein guter Anfang. Gegnerischer Kreuzer zerstört.
Okay. I'm gonna go fighting against the Asasio. What is...
Kamerad, ich brauche Ihre Unterstützung.
Oh, now Kid. Now this is interesting. Oh, that was Gascon. Hold up. Can't let you escape. What did I hit? Who did I hit?
Unser Team hat die Führung übernommen.
Okay, that was weird ping. Damn! This far, lucky without a radar. Hydro. Oh, hello. Let me turn slightly. If you send the torpedoes. Well, Asashio's going over there. There's a hawk.
Maschinenboost aktiviert.
Because I am slow as a battleship, I must go slightly faster. Oh, what are you doing? Okay. Bloody hell.
Kritisch beschädigt. Problem gelöst.
Did the Ernie have hydro? Torpedoes, I meant to say. Ernie. No, he had a radar and didn't use it? Okay. Ah, Asashio was hoping... Yeah. I almost did the same mistake like I did with the previous battle. Pushing too much so he can have a support from the Hawk and the... Well, not Ernie perhaps. But I am gonna get B. I lost too much HP on that crap from planes and Asashio's accurate guns.
Maschinenboost deaktiviert. Nebelwerfer gestartet.
Well, these guns are extremely bad in range, it seems. Ha! There's enemy submarine. Of course they're after the carriers. Of course I would do the same. Now, the Asashio. Oh, they have lightning. I'm the only destroyer alive compared to the submarine. Okay.
Torpedos auf Backbord. Maschinenboost aktiviert. Feuer auf gegnerisches Kriegsschiff konzentrieren. Alle Stationen. Feuer auf das Ziel konzentrieren.
Torpedoes, okay.
Feueralarm. Problem gelöst.
Deep water torpedoes? Hey!
Kritischer Maschinenschaden.
Unser Sieg ist in Sicht.
Thin lines. Let's see how fast I can catch that thing.
Problem gelöst. Maschinenboost deaktiviert.
There goes the carrier. Oh, that hit. Now that was a really decent fight, I admit. Lastly, I'm gonna go with the operation. This must be my first expert mark I ever got with this ship. And I have no idea how this Sealer's Collapse shit actually works. Now I don't remember when was the last time I had a game like this, the Maerker, compared to all the checks I have to go through. But I admit this was the luckiest fight I had this far with this ship. Best one at that. Although I have many victories today, that doesn't showcase how much trouble I have to go through just to get these type of matches with this ship. And matchmaking doesn't help much at all, this ship reputation and design gameplay. Now, although I have to admit I have only this far 49 games, and some reason my win ratio is 61%. Some reason I have no idea how. Warships destroyed 1. Now, although these are just momentarily, especially victories, and this little fight, and I mean this little, 49 fights is nothing compared to hundreds or closely to 500s of fights. So this is nothing. So I have to discard my this one over here completely. Because this gives a false information about the ship's full experience. I just have been damn lucky with the matches, but last one is going to be operations. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aegis. Maybe the hardest operation available. Enemies are pushing over here. You must capture this point. Enemies push over here. Capture your convoy or whatever. Safely transport them there. And destroy every enemy if you can. Or defend your convoy. Upcoming enemies. Oh, and you must defend that disaster.
Ships have been captured. Attack the enemy and retrieve the transport ships. Enemy detected. That's the enemy vanguard. Destroy them. Roger. Searching for enemy convoy.
Maschinenboost aktiviert.
Akichuki.
Enemy ships detected in the northwest.
Oi, 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 oi.
Gegnerische Schlachtschiff versenkt.
Maschinenboost deaktiviert.
Have to catch some extra buffs over there and then we go to the point.
Attention. Transport ships detected. Destroy the escorting ships.
Increase HP, but not HP generation at all. Oh, Shimanto, hold up!
gestartet.
Attention! This is Task Force Commander. German forces. Requesting support. Proceeding to assist.
Oh no, that wreck is gonna protect the... Okay.
Gegnerischer Kreuzer zerstört.
Assume.
Maschinenboost aktiviert.
What is Tirpitz doing over there?
Hauptturm kritisch beschädigt.
Oh no.
Feueralarm. Problem gelöst. Feuern Sie nicht auf Ihre Verbündeten. Feueralarm. Problem gelöst. Nebelwerfer gestartet. Maschinenboost deaktiviert. Nebelwand gelegt.
We lost half of our team.
Attention. Clarifying the order. Cover the retreat of our transport ships.
Oh boy. HP regeneration could be helpful in this type of match. Not increasing HP, it doesn't do anything at all. Kinda useless buff. In my past fights before I made this video, I think I mentioned this before, there have been moments a hydroacoustic surge could have been very helpful. With the hydro, I could have spotted enemy ship, I could have spotted enemy submarines, enemy torpedoes, and also with the bad maneuverability, something like this, a hydroacoustic surge is a must. Now, if the wargame really thinks that this design is meant to be like this the rest of the wargaming lifetime, then I believe that they perfectly designed a zipline or tech tree that is, shall we say, when a balance and design kills a ship. And in this case I say that is a Maerker is a perfect example when design and of course balance killed it.
Nebelwerfer gestartet. Hauptturm kritisch beschädigt. Problem gelöst. Torpedos direkt voraus. Torpedos direkt voraus.
And by far my personal experience with this Maerker, I will say one last time, she is not fun ship. She is not fun to play. She heavily relies on enemies' performance and of course your awareness what is happening on a map or around you, shall we say. There are moments where my lack of awareness caused my ship to be destroyed. But I will have to give full opinion that 31 Maerker, Feli, Schultz and Elbing could be a lot more fun ships to play if they have Hydro. Hydro could change this ship's entire design. their current design, while this video is made, without a hydro, actually kills the fun. Right now, as you see in this background footage, I just was damn lucky with the enemy team and my team, of course, and my gameplay. I was just damn lucky with this. But moving forward from this, it's gonna be struggle to play, annoying to play, and no fun to play. My English vocabulary is not their best side, I admit, but this is the best I can actually say. If you ever happen to play Maerker, you can skip the entire ship, either by playing, well, operations can give some amount of XP to get grinding it down, so you don't have to suffer on the PvP, or some other PvE sites, where you can actually take Maerker. But in her current state, I highly recommend avoiding the ship for now, until World of Warships developers actually give this ship a hydroacoustic surge. To prove my point, I'm gonna pay main battery fire range minus 8%, meaning you have 12.3 kilometer range on the main guns, meaning you cannot be a long distance gunboat. Oh no, you must be close distance gunboat. So that's why I was trying to do with the Maerker, to be a close combat. And with the guns like these, I'm gonna try and search and destroy enemy destroyers. Thanks to the very accurate main guns, single mounts as well. Going against cruisers is a big no with this ship. Avoid cruisers as long as you can. If there's a destroyer, just fight against the destroyer. It's just a matter of skills. There's nothing to it. It's just only a matter of skills. You have no idea how much brain cells I had to sacrifice to finally understand how terribly designed this ship is and how to play this disastrous ship and how it works better for me and my playstyle. As for my playstyle, as you have seen, I have main battery and AA specialist, main battery reload time minus 5%, and the reduces main battery reload time while your ship remains detected by enemy. Main battery reload time minus 10%. With the HP increase for each ship tier, plus their 350%. Of course, I was missing extra heavy ammunition, but I wouldn't use that against destroyers. Of course, I was missing priority target, but if it last stand, I could keep my engines running if a single destroyer HE can knock out my engines. And with the preventing maintenance, reduces the risk of main turrets, sonar, torpedo tubes, steering gears, and engine becoming incapacitated. Risk of motors become incapacitated, minus 30%. This might be very decent build. Of course, I was testing with a Dazzle. It worked to some degree. stays active for 15 seconds after your ship has been spotted. Ship speed plus 8%. Disperse yourself while enemies attacking your ship 20%. It can work, but I would rather keep it Fearless Blower. With the main battery and AI expert, main battery fire range, damage AI shell explosions. Just forget this. Just ignore this. You don't do nothing with this thing. I think that's for it for now. I had a very painful experience with this ship. And I mean very painful experience with this ship. My name is LuckyMius205. I'm gonna keep suffering with this disaster ship. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care of yourselves. I hope to see you in the next one.